This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Well, it's what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free all the way up to the top of the hour.
We have you covered this morning, including a look at traffic with David Mendoza and a look at your weather with Joe DiCarlo. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning, guys. Well, we are tracking a little rain out there right now. Pretty quiet in San Antonio, but areas out to the west, there's some pockets of heavy rain in our far western zone counties. So this is south of Del Rio, right along the Rio Grande, and south of Brackettville, northern Maverick County, southern Kinney County. That's some heavy rain here, slowly moving to the east, but it's pretty stationary, so that's why it's putting down quite a bit of rain, and that's why we do have a flood watch in spots until noon. So down towards La Pryor, Uvalde, seeing some hit and miss light shower activity. So it's isolated, but it's out there across our western counties. In and around Bexar County, for the most part, we're pretty dry. We're watching one little cell here just to the south of Bernie dropping a little rain, but for the most part, we're quiet at the moment. And then down to the southeast, that's heavy rain just south of Karnes County into B County, right along 181 near Pettis. So we are seeing pockets of rain. We do have a 40% rain coverage for the first half of your Labor Day and more of an isolated rain chance this afternoon. Otherwise, mix of sun and clouds. We'll be in the 80s throughout the day in San Antonio. Full 4-zone forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thanks. I want to check in with David Mendoza. He is on the scene of what is being described as a catastrophic accident. David, remind our folks who are just waking up, where exactly are you and what's happening here? What are we seeing?
Hi, David. I'm at the intersection of Morrison and Ashley. This is just north of 410 on the city's south side. Since we've last spoken, I've been able to confirm with police officers that this is in fact a traffic fatality. One person so far that we know of. So I initially heard reports that this was a rollover with the vehicle possibly bursting into flames. I'm still working on confirming that. We do know that one person has died in this accident. You can look, we can see fire still out with this vehicle. Since this is a fatality, this intersection should be closed for quite a while. There does need to be an investigation that takes place and thorough documentation of what led up to this accident. If I learn anything else, I'll let you know. Back to you for now.
All right, David Mendoza there live on the city's south side. We'll have more from him in about 10 minutes.
Time now is 6:44. Some heavy rain moved through parts of Bexar County Sunday evening. This is a time-lapse video of the storm sent to us by a viewer, Sean Robles. You could see it, the storm moved in pretty quickly and stayed for a few hours.
Another viewer, Margaret Bustos, sent us this video. This is some serious rain and thunder from her home. Be sure to send us your photos and videos. You can scan the QR code you see right there. It'll take you to the Chime In page where you can upload those pictures and videos to the News 4 website. The National Weather Service, as Joe has been talking about all morning long, has issued a flood watch effective through noon today.
We've already seen some heavy rains that caused some flooding and people to lose power. News 4 San Antonio's Tawny Davis is live on the north side right now to give us some details. Good morning, Tawny.
Good morning. So last night we saw those heavy rains, especially where I live out in Stone Oak. It was just flooding. My family and I tried to wait it out, but it was just not the case. But even out here near Wurzbach Parkway and 281, they have blocked this off, although we have still seen cars come this way. There is no rain, but still keep in mind that this barricade is here for a reason. We've seen downed trees, debris, all kinds of stuff out here. But now, according to the National Weather Service, the cold front is what brought those isolated showers and thunderstorms to the city, which prompted the flood watch. Now, officials did issue a warning to those who live in a low-lying area or near a river that it will flood quickly. So that around 6:30 p.m. a flash flood warning was issued for parts of northwest Bexar County, and once it got closer to 9 p.m. that number of power outages, according to CPS Energy, grew to 63, with over 2,800 people not having power. So continuing to watch that CPS website now, there is about 31 active outages affecting about close to 200, a little over 200 outages or people, but we will continue to watch that and keep in mind with that flood warning up until noon today that if there is heavy rain in your area, the message is turn around, don't drown. For now, reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
Tawny, thank you. New this morning, an investigation is underway into what firefighters call a suspicious fire on the east side. This happening at a home on Burleson Street near North New Braunfels Avenue around 2 this morning. Firefighters say lots of accelerant was used to start the fire. They also say no one was living in the house at the time.
A store clerk suffering from life-threatening injuries right now. He tried to stop someone from stealing beer at a store on the east side. This was 11:30 on Saturday night near Rigsby and Clark. Police say the 32-year-old clerk jumped on the hood of the suspect's car, and that is going above and beyond. That car, as you can imagine, took off and threw the clerk to the ground, and that's when he suffered the injuries. So far, no one's been arrested.
And police are looking for the driver who left a woman for dead early Sunday morning. It happened in the medical center near Wurzbach and Babcock around 1. Witnesses say a woman driving a 2010 Nissan Murano hit the woman and then fled the scene.
6:47 now on this Monday morning. A teenager recovering after being mauled by a dog on the east, actually on the south side. So investigators say this happened Saturday night, 5 o'clock, along Briar Place in Harlandale Park. That dog bit the 18-year-old. The kid's supposed to be okay is what we're told. The dog was not on a leash at the time. Animal Care Services says the dog and the owner took off from the scene, so they're looking for them. If you know anything, call 311.
Emma Allen at the Light Desk. A homicide investigation is underway after a man was found dead during the Burning Man festival over the weekend. That's happening in Black Rock City, Nevada. The man who has not been identified yet was found lying on the ground in a pool of blood on Saturday evening. The discovery was made while the man, a large human-shaped wooden sculpture at the center of the festival, was engulfed in flames. Another person at the festival flagged down authorities and reported seeing that man that was dead. The man's body was transported to the local medical examiner's office, and Burning Man said in a statement that it is cooperating with local law enforcement. But this is the same festival we told you about last week. That dust storm, that major dust storm came in. This is video from that dust storm now. That is the latest from the Live Desk.
Thank you, Emma. If you've been putting off that dental checkup, now is the time to action. Time for action. A local dentist office is offering free services for Labor Day. Today, Rissa's Dental and Braces is hosting its 14th annual Labor of Love event. It will be from 8 to noon today. People can get cleanings, fillings, simple extractions, and x-rays for free. One lucky person will be selected for a braces giveaway. Rissa's has 2 West Side locations. One is on 410 near Culebra and Ingram Road. The other is on Culebra and Williams Avenue near Woodlawn Lake.
Well, many of you have the day off today. Good for you. That's happy. But the roads are still expected to be very busy. Big travel day. A lot of folks coming back into town after spending the last few days out on the unofficial end to summer.
That's right. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon has more on what you can expect if you plan on hitting the roads today. Good morning, Christina.
Hey, good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. You know, even though today is a holiday, you can expect to see cars on the roadways. There's some this morning out here on Loop 410, but a lot more come this afternoon. You know, people may be heading out today, later on today, to catch that barbecue with some friends or family, or maybe hit the pool for their last hurrah for the unofficial end to summer on this Labor Day and their time off. No, they are in luck. Gas prices are down this season. The average price of gas right here is about $2.83, and that is slightly lower than last week and slightly lower than last month. Now, before you hit the roads, be sure to check things on your car like tires, fluids, brakes, and batteries before getting behind the wheel, and slow down or move over when approaching a stopped emergency vehicle, tow truck, or even a service vehicle.
Sure, everybody is buckled up before you leave the driveway and remain seatbelted in for the entire trip. Also, make sure you're obeying the speed limits. And of course, we always say don't drive intoxicated, don't drive intoxicated. Remember that using those smartphones behind the wheel can be just as deadly as getting behind the wheel after drinking alcohol.
Now, the busiest time on the roadways is going to be this afternoon because, after all, everyone is going to be heading back home for whatever they did on their day off or this 3-day weekend, and they're going to get back into the grind of things before they have to head back to work or school come tomorrow. It'll all be over that 3-day weekend, but hopefully you had a lot of fun. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
All right, Christina, thanks. Now's your chance to play Touchdown Trivia, sponsored by Raul B. Rodriguez Law. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code. You could win a $100 prepaid debit card. Sign in, get the trivia question right. You'll earn the prize, maybe. Then winners are then eligible for a chance to win a national $5,000 drawing. Either way, good luck.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Joe DiCarlo.
I watched a lot of football over the weekend. Did you?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Sounds very productive.
Oh my gosh, it was
I had a
so-
very productive weekend. We did laundry, cleaned the game room, cleaned the girls' room.
You could do all that with the game on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have it in the background.
So, Joe, changes this morning, and the
Yes.
rain should move out this afternoon.
Yeah, we have a rain chance throughout the day, but it becomes more isolated, so it's hit and miss through your Labor Day. So not a complete washout for sure, but there are pockets of some heavy rain out there this morning, and that will continue through the day. Flood watch until noon, and then it should be allowed to expire later on this afternoon. Dry, hotter for the middle part of the week, and then a cold front working its way on in for this weekend. So it is September now. Meteorological fall has begun this morning. Raul B. Rodriguez log camera, San Antonio, 74 degrees, north-northeast wind 5 miles an hour. It's humid with all the moisture and the rain around. So 40% on the rain chance this morning, and then it becomes 30 to 20% later on this evening. Can't rule out to pop up a shower or thunderstorm this evening, but it's going to be isolated. Many areas don't even see rain today. Temperatures will be in the 70s, and then we're in the 80s throughout much of the day with a mix of sun and clouds outside of those showers and thunderstorms. Flood watch until noon. That includes Bear, Comal, all of the hill country and counties out to the west towards Del Rio. What we're seeing right now across South Texas, there are some pockets of heavy rain at the moment, and it looks like a flood advisory was just issued northern Maverick into southern Kinney counties, but heavy rain right here south of Brackettville. This has really sit over the same areas the past few hours or so, and then it's very scattered as work into Zavala into Uvalde counties with some pockets of heavy rain right now over Uvalde. In and around Bexar County, we're quiet for the most part. One little shower here south of Bernie into northwestern Bexar County, and then very light shower activity in Medina County trying to work on in. And then as you head down to the south, that's heavy rain south of Campbellton. More showers and storms near Pettis along Route 181 into B County. That's where we're seeing some heavy rain. So it's isolated. Not everybody sees it again, but it's there the next few hours. And then into the afternoon, can't rule out an isolated to scattered shower. Otherwise, partly sunny skies for this evening, and then by sunset the activity is working down to the south. We're quiet tonight, and then into tomorrow, partly sunny skies without a rain chance. So overall, this is how much rain we may see. It's going to be very hit and miss. You see some bullseyes here. You can see 1 to 3 inches of rain, and then not a whole lot a few miles away. So it's going to be scattered for your day today. 7-day forecast, 40% of the rain chance, 89 this afternoon, 95 tomorrow. We're dry, hotter midweek, and then we'll bring in another storm system towards next weekend with another cold front that works in. We're in the 80s in San Antonio by next Sunday. Out west, the rain chance today, 88, hotter, drier for the middle part of the week. The hill country, we'll see the rain chance today, temperatures in the 80s, 90s for the middle part of the week. And there's your eastern zone extended forecast pushing 100 by Thursday, and then another front working its way on in by the weekend.
All right, thank you, Joe. Let's check in with David Mendoza. He is on the scene of a fatal accident on the south side. Good morning, David.
Hi, one last look at this fatal accident on the south side at Morrison and Ashley. This intersection will be closed due to the nature of the accident, it being fatal. A full investigation needs to take place. So if you're in this area of town, expect this roadway to be closed. Just a terrible accident to start Labor Day. We'll keep you updated on air and online. Back to you.
Emma Allen at the Live Desk. We're taking a live look at Washington, D.C. this morning, where President Trump says a record $15 trillion of investments into the country will be gone if the courts end tariffs. He claimed on his Truth Social platform last night it would nearly all be canceled, writing in part, quote, "In many ways, we would become a third world nation." This comes after a federal appeals court ruled President Trump does not have the authority to impose most of his tariffs. The president has until mid-October to appeal to the Supreme Court before the ruling takes effect, but the Trump administration can still collect tariffs for now, and it could be months before a decision plays out in court. We'll keep you updated on that. That is the latest from the Live Desk.
Trending now, an unusual baby shower was thrown at the Columbus Zoo in Ohio, not just because it's for an elephant, but because a baby was in attendance. The elephant calf was born back in July, weighing 215 pounds. The elephant mama named Sundara got to celebrate her new arrival with her sister Rudy.
Also, players will have a chance to win a whole lot of money. It is the jackpot. Nobody's winning this, so it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're talking about the Powerball. The last drawing was Saturday night. Nobody won, so it is now $1.1 billion with a cash value of nearly $500 million, and the next drawing is tonight. I was curious, so I Googled just now, what's the first thing that people say they would buy if they won the lottery? They'd pay off their debts.
That's very responsible.
Yes, I was not expecting America to be responsible, but apparently we are. So there you go.
Is that what you would do?
Yeah, probably. But
Not me.
a really cool car would be awesome.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Happy Labor Day.
Today's a gift. Make it count. Maybe